Will you get them? No.
Hey, do you have an extra pen?
Yep. Any color or?
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Falcons Gymnasium here in the city of Brookline, Massachusetts, the home of your Fisher College Falcons. This afternoon's women's volleyball contest features a visiting Wildcats of Wildcats University, Fisher Falcons of Fisher College. Fisher College, the Continental Athletic Conference in NAIA, asks that you join us in supporting character driven intercollegiate athletics. Help us create a positive competitive environment by showing respect for today's student athletes, officials, and spectators. Fisher College is committed to NAIA children's character principles of integrity, respect, responsibility, sportsmanship, and servant leadership at all times, and asks for your help to create a positive play environment. Keep playing, keep learning, keep growing, game on. Learn more about opportunities to play in the NAIA at NAIA.org. Now it's time to meet the start lineups first as the visitors from Baypack University. From San Juan, Puerto Rico, number 4, Zomar Bencourt. From Springfield, Massachusetts, number 7, Shania St. Barr. From Moreno Valley, California, number 12, Kristen Hill. From Florissant, Colorado, number 14, Robin Kennedy. From Beckett, Massachusetts, number 16, Mackenzie Ledier. From West Jordan, Utah, number 17, Asia Casa. And from East Longmeadow, Massachusetts, number 19, William Burnett. Head coach for the Wildcats is Heather Longley. And now, the Sherman Fisher College Falcons. A junior from Guanajuato, Puerto Rico, number 2, Sofia Campos. A freshman from Carolina, Puerto Rico, number 5, Jalice Zalaya. A senior from Northwest Puerto Rico, number 8, Valeria Soto. A junior from Ponce, Puerto Rico, number 11, Jezebel Bernard. A freshman from Hazel Green, Alabama, number 12, Kayla Arnold. A sophomore from Ponce, Puerto Rico, number 14, Alondra Farnassi. And a sophomore from Tua Alta, Puerto Rico, number 15, Natalia Ramirez. Head coach for the Falcons is Dr. Yamamoto. The national anthem provides student athletes and fans an important and time-honored opportunity to honor our country and recognize its principles. The NAIA asks that you now stand if able. Please remove your caps as you pay our respect to America with the playing of our national anthem.
From Pappas Gymnasium in Brookline, Mass. This is Fisher Women's Volleyball here on LSP. Today, the Falcons with a record of 14-9 take on the Bay Path Wildcats with a record of 9-6. Good afternoon, everybody. Sam Field here with you, ready to bring you the play-by-play story. Bay Path coming off on a three-game winning streak right now. In fact, all via sweeps. In fact, they've all of their 9 wins so far, 7 of them have been sweeps. And coming off wins against Fitchburg State, St. Joseph of Connecticut, and VSU Randolph between last Sunday and yesterday. So back at it for the win yesterday over Fitchburg State. Perhaps Fisher can take advantage of some tired legs on the part of the Wildcats. Falcons snapped a 5-game losing streak last time out Wednesday at VSU Linden, a couple of sweeps against the Hornets after 5 losses on the road against Florida College, Carolina University, Heston College, Florida National, and Haskell. And this is only the, second of 3 true home dates for the Falcons this season, and the last one will be this coming Friday, doubleheader against UMaine Fort Kent. I'll have that for you here on LSP as we are underway. In Brookline, Fisher in white. And Bay Path in red. First point of the game goes to Fisher. Pass over the left side, and that'll be popped up. We got a whistle, and we got a point going to Fisher once again, as that appeared to have hit the antenna. So it is 2-0 in the early going in favor of the Falcons. If Fisher's going to come away with a win here, it's going to be literally a tall task. Two of the Bay Path players on the front line. Robin Kennedy, the middle blocker from Florissant, Colorado, and Asia Kajik, the outside hitter from West Jordan, Utah, 6'4" and 6'1" respectively, but right now that is not doing any damage to Fisher's plan of attack, but Bay Path does pick up their first point of the match on a service error. A little bit of a hold up here, waiting for a yeah. So Anastasia Sesko was trying to come on for Chrislyn Hill there, and the officials trying to urge on the substitution, but I think they were waiting for the players. It's just a courtesy war, I guess, on the part of Bay Path in that last substitution. So that'll get down, and again, the benefits of having 6-footers on your front line. Anastasia Sesko, senior out of Horsham, Pennsylvania, with the first kill of the match for Bay Path, and now a chance to pull level. That is blocked, and it'll get down for a point for Fisher. And to Manuel Farinacci out there, thank you so much for your generous support of whatever this is. Picking up a membership here to this YouTube channel, and appreciate the support as always, no matter what form it comes in. Well, whatever works. Tough spot there. Bailing them out with pushing it over to just get it over and find a dead zone in the middle for Mackenzie LeBeer. 4-3. Now here comes the aforementioned 6'4" middle blocker, Robin Kennedy, and now to serve. And getting an ace somehow out of it is Gabriela Cajigas. Nicked off the net and landed in no man's land, and we are level at 4. Soft touch, and there's the kill for the Falcons to get back out in front. Here's Velez. Gets the point. Velez is the team leader in kills with 304 on the season entering play, but a service error pulls Bay Path even once again, 5-5. Michelle Santiago and Janae Cunningham down the game for Bay Path. And Santiago, senior out of Springfield, Mass, will serve. Oh, an awkward dig there on the back line, but Falcons able to send it over. And now on the left side, shots from that spot really catch you off guard, and Natalia Ramirez getting that one down to put Fisher back in front, 6-5, back and forth start to this set. Fisher got a little bit of separation early. Bay Path pulling back even, but Fisher now up by 2. Free ball for Fisher and get down. St. Fard able to save that one. On the left side, the tip. St. Fard trying to save it. She cannot. Can't knock the hustle. But Fisher on a bit of a roll here. 9-5. The actual scoreboards in the gym today aren't working. We have a portable scoreboard on the desk that the fans in the bleachers on the opposite side of the court can see. Y'all can't, and so I got to refer to that, those little LCD lights. LCD numbers, whatever. Make sure I'm on the same page as everyone else. Kajik back in the game for Bay Path, and it will be Setsko to serve for Wildcats. Right side, just outside the line. 9-7. That'll be a point to Fisher as Setsko's serve hit the antenna. Crystalline Hill back in the game now for Bay Path. It'll be Velez to serve. Fletch at the net. Oh. Caught a little bit in between there was Farinacci, between trying to make a set and also try to push it over and try to catch Bay Path off guard. In the end, it went into the net. Talk about split-second decisions that you got to make in this game, especially when you're see a ball coming towards the end line on a service. Got to make a split decision. Is it going to stay in? Should I play it, or is it going to go out, and can I let it go? It's a split-second decision. A little closer to the net that Fisher paid the price for, and now Bay Path has pulled level. 10-10, fun start to our Sunday afternoon. A triple header, by the way. Fisher sports action here on this here YouTube channel. We'll have a soccer doubleheader as Fisher women's and men's teams take on Washington Adventist over at Del Russo Stadium in Revere, Mass, kid. That'll start 4:30. We'll see you over there. Good rally here. Couple of nice saves by Cunningham. Do what you got to do, I guess, but Bay Path has their first lead of the match. St. Fard to serve. Straight into the net, and we are level at 11. 11-11, kids, make a wish. Soto to serve. They have to scoop it, and they do. Ramirez able to tap that one right at the net to ensure it stayed down, and it is 12-11. Fisher back in front. Soto again to serve. So he's only had one ace. Correction. 31 aces on the year, but service error there. You got Velez on a violation. And Bay Path now in front, 13-12. Bencourt with the service, and will be dug out by Hill. Pops straight back over without a third hit for Bay Path, and that opens the door for Ramirez on the left side. Jezebel Bernard will check in, junior out of Ponce, Puerto Rico. And here's Farinacci. Farinacci's the team leader in aces with 48 on the year, and that'll give a point to Bay Path, put them back on top, 14-13. Kasich to serve. They're going to need some help here. And try to get a little run into that Arnold and into the net. 15-13. Kasich to serve again. This one will be returned and off of Kasich into the basketball backboard supports to get Fisher back within one. 15-14. Ramirez to serve. Awkward hits that Bay Path has had to take from the back line. That one's a straight up, though, that time by Betancourt, but unable to get it over on the third try. Oh! What? Bay Path, that's a Bay Path point. Violation by Fisher on what was otherwise an attack error by Bay Path gives the Wildcats a point. They're up 16-14. Great job diving into place by Campos, and that gets down. (16-15) here in the first set. And now Campos to serve. Campos second on the team, entering play today with 40 aces, and that is rejected by Bernard. We are level at 16 in set number 1. Campos. Free ball for it is Fisher point. There was some confusion between the floor and the chair about the contact with the post here on the near side, and it allows Fisher to build a little bit of momentum here. An ace for Campos, 18-16. That's a tough spot there. He obviously running into the net. Especially a critical juncture, a tightly contested first set. Could go either way. Oh, that's one of those split-second decisions I told you about. Will be scooped over with two hands by Velez. And now on the left side, soft touch gets down. Over and down. First sets go. Got the two blockers for Fisher to jump at the right time. And that looked like they were able to turn around and maybe make a play on it the last moment, but the kill for Setsko, and it is 18-17 in the first set. Back and forth we go. What a start to our triple header of Fisher sports action today here on LSP. 19-17 with the howitzer from the left side, Ramirez. Got to scoop it and into the post. (19-18) as both teams trying to make some subs here, as Kazik is back in for Baypath. Diana Rios is in for Fisher, and this will be a service from Setsko. Nice dig. And that is fine effort by Baypath to try and preserve that point, but it is 20-18. Fisher on top in set number 1. Velez to serve. A knuckleball there, pushed over. It's past both block attempts. Almost made a play on it. See that stuff come barreling towards your electronics. You get a little nervous there, but timeout. Baypath, 21-18. Fisher on top. LSP and Shipping Shield are partners in cards. Shipping Shields are the eco-friendly sports gaming card shipping protectors trusted by yours truly, made in the U.S. and Canada on 100% recyclable cardboard. Use the checkout codes and the link on the screen in the description. Updated codes and link, in fact, in the description for a discount on your order. We may receive a commission from those orders, but we thank you for your continued support of whatever this is. 21-18 is our score in set number 1. Fisher on top of Baypath. Just the second of 4 home games and 3 home dates on the year for the Falcons, and they'll wrap up the home schedule this Friday with a doubleheader against UMaine Fort Kent. And it'll be Friday. Have that one here for you on this here YouTube channel. We will not have the soccer doubleheader, however, on Saturday. Other obligations for yours truly. I wear a lot of different hats, and sometimes, oh, hang on, or we get too far, possible protest from the Bay Path coaching staff. That we greatly appreciate Anthony Fisher's understanding, and we will have the home finales for both the Fisher men's and women's soccer teams next week. I guess a week from 2 weeks, technically. I guess this is the end of the week. It's not this coming week, but the week after. You know what I mean. Kennedy can be a bit of an intimidating presence there. Attack goes into the net, and if you get it. Oh! That was 4 hits. That ball took deflection off 2 players reaching out for it as soon as it got over. So 22-20 is our score. A rainbow dug out by St. Fard, left side. That is down. Bay Path making a run here. And a timeout will be called by Nat Manalo. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Sponsor our content for as little as $25 a spot, whether you want to promote a business, product, or event, or send a message of support to a player, team, or coach. Email yours truly for all the deets. My dad actually wrote out, actually typed the word deets in an email to me recently. So the timeout. Each team has 1 timeout remaining in this set. 22-21. Left side. Ooh, soft touch. Nearly caught him off guard, but Ramirez. The bullet just when Fisher needed it. Soto to serve. That gets down. Ramirez able to fire it off of Hill. Oh wait, Answer, are we to redo the point? What's going on? To redo this. Ramirez trying to get an explanation from the, I'm not sure why we had to replay that point, but whatever. Otherwise, it's a great strike from Ramirez off of Hill to get the deflection and potentially set up set point. That lands over the sideline on the near side on that strike, and it'll be 24-21 set point for the Falcons out of the second timeout by Bay Path. When I say LSP is something for everyone since 2011, I by God mean it. Sports, live events, petsing, walking, tech help, errands, and a whole lot more. Find our thumbtack page or Linktree LSP37 or email yours truly so we can proceed to give you what you need. So out of the timeout, Bay Path out of timeouts, and they got to get 3 before Fisher gets 1 here. And it will be Soto to serve for the set. Left side will just be scooped over. Soft touch up the middle. Left side again. That one is blocked. That was not 4. We play on. Third time's a charm. No, it is not for Kasich. 5th time, 4th time, 5th? I don't know. They're trying to find her. They can't. And then they get the deflection off the Bay Path blockers on the near side to take set number 1, 25-21. Welcome back to Fisher Women's Volleyball here on LSP. Sam Feely here with you from Pappas Gymnasium in Brookline, Mass. Fisher takes set number 1, 25-21 over the Bay Path Wildcats. And we're about to get set 2 underway, and it'll be Fisher service. Give the first set stats in just a moment. Did you print them out, Anthony? Where? I didn't see stats last check. Let me double check here. Anyways, we'll deal with that later. We're ready to go. Get the deflection to the Falcons, but Kenzie Labier will. Now, does she get the kill? Okay, she does. Just, I have no idea what that delay was for. I didn't think we had lost the ball at all. Oh, we might well lose it here. Betancourt with the ace to put Bay Path up 2-0. That gets down despite Betancourt's pancake dig attempt. Two-1. Ramirez to serve. Soft touch. Somehow got over. No doubt about that one, though. 2-2. Some anger on that delivery after the first one somehow found its way back to the Falcons' side. Bernard gets the kill after the block was unsuccessful. 3-2. Ramirez. Ooh, line drive gets over. Looked like it was head straight for the net initially, but not going to matter as he powered through it by Kasich. Level at 3. Labier to serve. Left side, Campos keeps it alive after Velez's strike, and it gets down for Kennedy. It is not 43-3. Sorry, Fisher fans. Oh, already seen one service like that trickle over the net. That one, unfortunately for Wildcats, lands on their end, so we're level at 4. Campos making sure that ball is bouncy enough for her. Standing hit up the middle. Down the right side, swing and a miss on the second hit attempt, and another kill for Bernard. Fisher in the lead, 5-4. Soft touch and a fine effort by both Bernard and Campos to try and keep that one alive, but Kasich gets the kill. We are level at 5. St. Fard. Oh, Communication breakdown by the Falcons, and that just lands perfectly between everyone. A volleyball point Nero there. More on that later. That one gets through for Velez. Point Nero, folks, is a point in the Pacific Ocean that is the furthest away from all humans on the planet Earth. So far away that the closest humans could actually be on the International Space Station. Point Nemo actually is what it's actually called. I heard it's Nero. It's actually Point Nemo. Well, first set was back and forth, and so is this one. 8-7. Rainbow service goes over the end line, and another point to Bay Path. We are level at 8. Nobody can get any separation here. Early going of set 2. Soft touch, kept alive, sent back to the back line, and then scooped into the net by LeBeer. Point for Fisher. Bay Path back in front thanks to a couple of errors by Fisher. Falcons can't let it snowball, though. Let it go! Oh, boy. Campos. Again, you don't want to assume it's going to go out, but Campos followed that one all the way to the sideline and pass. If you let it go, that is a point for Fisher. Instead, a tie set. Instead, Fisher down by 2 and now down by 3 as that attack on the far side stays wide left, and a timeout called by Coach Nat. The LSP store is open. Get yourself a DVD or digital copy of most past LSP video broadcasts, or one of several different designs of stickers, shirts, or other merch, including some stuff with my dog, Tina the Long Arena, on it, and some words I've probably said on this here YouTube channel over the years. Email yours truly for game videos, or go to Creator Spring for merch. Out of the timeout, Fisher looking to get back into the second set. Soft touch, and that'll be a kill for Velez. Leads the team in kills. 12-10 now. And here's Bernard back in the game. Timeout working wonders so far, an ace. Farinacci. Oh, I think she was expecting that. She got another one. Back-to-back saves by Farinacci. Now she's getting into position to set it on the left side. That's blocked again. Sometimes the game finds you, right? Campos, left side. Wow, what a rally by Fisher there. It finishes off with a kill for Ramirez. But that point largely belonged to Farinacci. That's blocked, and it'll be a point for Bay Path. We got a violation on Campos. So Bay Path back in front, 13-12 here in set number 2. And here is Betancourt. Somehow got over, but Fisher ready for it. That one goes into the Bay Path bench to level us at 13. Well, Fisher on a bit of a roll here out of that timeout. Block goes out of bounds. And things are starting to snowball now for Bay Path. At what point do the Wildcats call a timeout is the question. The run keeps on going. There is the timeout by Bay Path. Fisher is on an 8-1 run since their timeout. We'll see if this one by Bay Path brings them similar fortune. Are you down with the sound called LSP? Of course you are. Then follow and support us on the web. Linktree, Facebook, YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Flash the subscribe button. Membership's also available. Manuel Farinacci knows that. PayPal, Creator Spring, LSP 37. All the cool kids are doing it. There's a lot of visual metaphors I can come up with for y'all just throwing me tips in the chat, and I appreciate it. I'm not going to ruin anyone's Sunday doing that. Called a soccer game yesterday where a player was down for a while after a sliding tackle, and you worry that, you know, maybe the opposing player spiked him unintentionally and get the stud in the shin. And I was like, if I had to be reminded that the final destination franchise exists, I'm watching the MLB playoffs recently, y'all do too. And now that's something you know. Point for Bay Path, and we're unable to get it straight out of the timeout, but they are back on the scoreboard, 18-14. That ends a 9-1 run by the Falcons. Ooh. Good angle on that hit by Bernard. Got the blocker going the wrong way to ensure, and they got the point, and here's Campos. That is too strong for Campos. 19-15. Thank you so much, Huff, for dropping a coin in the bucket, whatever metaphor you want to use. It's basically busking, right? Tack error by Fisher gives the point to Bay Path. 19-16. Still a ways to go. Both teams still have a timeout to use in this set. Left side. That's blocked. They're not even. Went to the net and it was hit a fourth time. 19-17. Again, things starting to snowball. Can't let that happen. My question is, oh! Bending backwards like Keanu Reeves in The Matrix on that hit. 2017. My only question is, if you're Coach Nat and the Falcons, would you have taken the timeout before Fisher were to tie the game, before Bay Path were to tie the game, or when that would happen? Obviously not pulling the trigger too early here, still up 20-18. Still a ways to go for both teams. Nothing's been decided yet. Here is Santiago. Oh boy. Get the rainbow knuckleball across the court to the near side. And you get that off the top of the net and then land inside the line. That is a gut punch for Fisher if you can make that land. Unfortunately, she could not. That one will land, absolutely. 21-19 on the howitzer. By sets go. We got another change here as LeBeer's going to come back in. Hill's out. That gets down inside the line. Another kill. It's not 189, I promise. I'm still trying to figure out a lot of things with OBS. I wish there was an easy way to just like do like plus, just click instead of have to type this. And I'm sure there is, and I'm just stupid. Y'all know that. You've been getting my stupid in stereo for almost a decade and a half at this point. You people mean the world to me. Oh! Great recovery by Bay Path. Soft touch! That gets down. Whew. Ramirez finishes it off. And a timeout has been called by Bay Path. Down 23-19. LSP and Shipping Shield are partners in cards. Shipping Shields are the eco-friendly sports and gaming card shipping protectors trusted by yours truly. Made in the U.S. and Canada on 100% recyclable cardboard. Use the updated link and codes in the description for a discount on your order. We may receive a commission from those orders, but we thank you for your continued support of whatever this is. Out of the timeout, 23-19, Fisher on top in set number 2. Looking to take a 2-0 lead, and here comes Soto. Left side. Oof. And on top of that, with the base of your palm there, did Ramirez, and recipe for disaster. 23-20. Bay Path needs to get 4 before Fisher can get 1 to at least extend this, but now it is set point. So at this point, Bay Path needs 6 in a row, or at least 4 in a row to extend it. Not impossible for Bay Path. That's a tough test, no matter who you are. Especially right up against at the end of a set. There's 1. Oh, and Omar Ramirez, thank you very much for the subscription as well. Betancourt. That'll go long. Service error, point, and set to Fisher, who now lead 2-0. Set number 3 about to get underway from Pappas Gymnasium in Brookline, Mass. Sam Feely here with you for Fisher Women's Volleyball here on LSP. The Falcons leading Bay Path 2-0. It is Bay Path service to start set number 3. Bay Path in maroon and Fisher in white. Here we go. Bay Path got off to a good start in set number 2, but unable to maintain that momentum. Fisher winning set number 2, 25-21, and able to start off set number 3 on the right foot. Hoping to get to 15-9 on the year. Bay Path looking for its 10th win of the year. This is the penultimate home date for Fisher. Their home finale will be a doubleheader against Fort Kent on Friday, which we will have for you on this here YouTube channel. That one somehow gets over the net after an awkward return. That's blocked, kept alive. Now over to the right side, sent over inside the antenna too. Dangerous spot there for Bernard. Bernard again catches the deflection off the blockers for Bay Path. Kennedy and Sayachek. Is a 2-0 start. Set number 3 for Fisher. Blocked! Kept alive though, doing the splits is St. Fard, and they get the point in the end. Well deserved after the strike was blocked, but then the block was dug out by Shania St. Fard, the junior out of Springfield, Mass. Springfield Central alumna. We all know how much of a power they are in the MIAA if you've been following them following Mass High School sports long enough. You know, for years. Sports postseasons in the MIAA. Oh no! Santiago's just trying to, another Springfield Central trying to just keep track of the, in position, just waiting to see where the ball will be sent, and then it just landed right behind her, glanced off her foot for the ace. But anyways, for so many years, for so long, oh, communication breakdown, turnabout is fair play, a point for Tsetsko. Oh boy. 4-2. Can Bay Path ride this little wave of momentum? Not there. So many years when MIAA sports tournaments were really region dependent, and you'd have an outsized amount of, powerhouses. Eastern Mass, of course, where the population centers are. Violation on Bay Path gives the point to Fisher. Especially in football, you'd never think of Central Western Mass teams holding a candle to likes of St. John's Prep or BC High or Everett. Oh! Knuckleball went straight up, maybe not the direction she expected. Kept alive. What a rally for Fisher. Dead to rights a couple of times there, and then Velez gets the kill. Then the divisional, when realignment happened, more statewide football playoffs started about a decade plus ago. You still had just a couple highest divisions consisting solely of Eastern Mass teams, but they finally got rid of the regional system for good a few years ago, and Springfield Central and some other strong teams out in Central and Western Mass get their fair shot at the Eastern Mass powerhouses. You'll have to see that. Springfield Central, especially in football, has been one of the biggest beneficiaries of the scrapping of the regional postseasons. 10-2 is the start here for Fisher as things are snowballing early this time for Bay Path. This is the largest lead either side has had at any point in this match. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Sponsor our content for as little as $25 a spot, whether you want to promote a business, product, or event, or send a message of support to a player, team, or coach. Email yours truly for all the deets. One downside, though, to scrapping the regional MIA postseason formats is that it's not like there are no small schools whatsoever in Eastern Mass. And sometimes that results in very long drives for one team or another, especially in the early rounds of the postseason. Because a lot of it, because it's mainly based on enrollment. And some of the Boston schools actually, and depending on the sport and the enrollment, obviously, in sports like baseball, some of the Boston schools are in the same division as, some of the, smaller schools and the Voc schools out in the Berkshires and Pioneer Valley, and that is a trek. Can you imagine I think Martha's Vineyard had to play Greater Lowell? A game I vaguely remember. That was... The ferries will always mess things up. Substitution for Bay Path as they finally get back on the scoreboard. Enough pontificating about MIAA, but went on that huge tangent just at the mere mention of Springfield Central. Pancake dig attempt for St. Fard unsuccessful, 11-3. There's plenty more where that came from. (11-4) is our score. Straight into the net for Setsko. Came down on top of that one. 12-4. Fisher will head up to Bates College up in Maine for a 6 o'clock start Wednesday night, where they return here for the home finale doubleheader against Fort Kent. Carry by Bay Path. Gives Fisher the point. And again, Things seem to be snowballing here for Bay Path at the worst time. Already halfway to claiming the third set. R. Fisher and really putting their foot on the gas now, 14-5. Free ball off the service for Fisher, up the gut, and then deflected out of play for another point. Have the scoreboard, I was going off the scoreboard down there, and that was off for a moment. Oh, where is it? Oh my God! When you're hot, you're hot. My goodness. Remember, the rafters are live. Oh, boy. Everything coming up Fisher in this set, 17-4. Sidewinder there by Zajac will get the kill for Bay Path, but they are down 17-5. It is, I said in the early going, it might be a tall task literally for Fisher with the walls that Bay Path are able to put up on the front line with the likes of Kennedy and Kozik and Setsko, but that has not hampered them today. Blocked. That is the kind of play maybe you'd fear, maybe I feared Fisher would fall into the trap of more today. Kennedy does not have to get up terribly high. Just dunk those ones back, but not the kill there, but that's inside the near corner. 18-6. Fisher won each of the first two sets, 25-21, but much different story here in set number 3, 18-7. Fisher hitting 239 today compared to just 169 for Bay Path, as that gets down for a point for the Falcons. And this is like the complete opposite of the trends you'd expect from these teams. On the year, Bay Path is hitting 204, so this is substantially below their season average. On the year, Fisher's only hitting 139, so they're practically twice hitting, I think percentage, twice as good as it normally is. Great recovery by the Falcons. Sent over, but too strong. When a point goes on that long, you can't fault Zajac for maybe putting a little more mustard on it, feeling a little more desperation perhaps, but she had plenty of space to keep it in play and unfortunately sent it a bit too much. (21-7) after the violation by Baypath. Fisher looks like they're on their way to a sweep. Velez leading the way with 14 kills for Fisher today. Ramirez with 13, Bernard with 6. And Velez with an absurd .458 hitting percentage too. Ramirez also has 3 aces on the day. Farinacci with 30 assists. Betancourt and St. Fard only have 6 apiece. So yeah, this game has really flipped the script on the numbers you generally expect from each of these teams. It is, you look at the numbers and take away the names of the teams. Even if you expected necessarily Fisher to win, the numbers you see in the stat sheet, for the teams, more in line with what their opposition does. Fisher's putting up Baypath-like numbers. Baypath's putting up Fisher-like numbers. What I'm trying to say. That is inside the line. Cool and confident. Velez admiring her handiwork, and Fisher 2 points away from a clean sweep. Campos to serve. Match point after the ace by Campos. (25-21) each of the first 2 sets, but nothing close to that here in set number 3. A good effort by Campos, laying out to try and save that one, but we'll play on. But again, Baypath is going to need to get 14 in a row here. So many variables, obviously, could prevent you from. Let's see when they ain't over till it's over, right? And the block goes out of bounds. Point, set, match to Fisher. 25-10 is the final in set number 3. A fantastic performance by the Falcons, leaving no doubt about this one in the 3rd set after a couple of tight-knit sets to begin the match. 25-21 each. It's 25-10 to finish things off. And again, the numbers that the team numbers that the Falcons put up more in line with what you've seen from Baypath over the course of the year. Baypath about only half the hitting percentage that they usually put up, and Fisher twice the hitting percentage they usually put up as a team. And all around fantastic effort by the Falcons on their penultimate home date, with the home finale doubleheader against Fort Kent coming this Friday on this here YouTube channel. So with that said, there's been a presentation of LSP, something for everyone, since 2011, copyright 2025, unauthorized redistribution of any portion of this broadcast without the express written permission of LSP or Fisher College is strictly prohibited. A reminder that if you'd like to support future LSP content, you can buy shipping shields, the eco-friendly sports and game card shipping protectors trusted by yours truly, using the link and codes on the screen or in the description. We may receive a commission from those orders, but we thank you for your continued support of whatever this is, which you can also do by sponsoring future content for as little as $25 a spot, hiring us to work your next sports game, live event, or whatever else we can do for you on any given day by going to our Thumbtack page or Linktree, or emailing yours truly, or buying some of this fabulous merchandise at the LSP Creator Spring Store, or of course by emailing yours truly for game videos. And of course, if you're down with the sound, Linktree, Facebook, YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe button. PayPal's there for the tip jar. Creator Spring for the shirts. LSP 37. All the merch there. All the cool kids are doing it. So we will see you folks 4:30 over at Harry Delarusso Stadium for a Fisher soccer doubleheader as the women and men's teams take on Washington Adventist. Again, 4:30 kickoff for the first game of that doubleheader, the second game of our triple header. Once again, the final score from Pappas Gymnasium. In Brookline, Mass., it is the Fisher Falcons 3 and the Bay Path Wildcats nothing. Fisher wins the sets by scores of 25-21, 25-21, and 25-10. For all my rowdy friends here in Brookline, my name is Sam Feely, reminding you forever and always, freelance isn't free. Thanks for tuning in. Where is it? Forgot that this thing, the slideshow, needs to go back to the start. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, Fresh for 2020. Stop that. Fresh for, you know what I say at the end of these.